How you guys doing? This is the Reigning King. Hashtag this is our yard. How's everybody doing today? As you guys recall, my Wi-Fi was being so slow, and it had error occurrings, and it was temporarily busy. But it's good to be back. So I was like, finally, it's back in pursuit. So what I automatically did was do something a little more extra different. So as you guys can see, so what you guys can clearly see, so let me get down on a limb and say this. So apparently, as you guys recall, I deleted WWE 2K17 because I didn't know when I was going to get this game in, but now I'm in it. I'm finally on this pursuit now. Everything's good now. So we're good. So the team that I had picked was the Detroit Tigers. The upcoming opponents, we have 3 games: the White Sox, Red Sox, and the Twins. So for this game, for the broadcasting, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do plenty of broadcasting for this, but I need to do something real quick. I think I might stick with this. So as you guys can clearly see, this is actually a new model. Once Courtney's good. So you get the idea. So other than that, I don't know when I'm bringing back 2K17 yet, but I will. But my broadcast schedule is on Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age. I'm still trying to get teleport stones, so I'll get to that a little bit later on tonight. But of course, I will be on romantic hangouts with my sexy hotness later. So we have our first game we're doing. We are taking on the thing. We have Yankees, Rays, Giants, D-backs, Cubs, Cardinals. We're going to simulate that. We have the Cardinals.
Opening day is behind us, so let's look back at how the first games of the year played out on the diamond. Starting in the AL East, the Yankees took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 4-2. Right now, the Rays sit in last place in the American League East Division, and the Yankees are in first place in the American League East. The St. Louis Cardinals total 11 hits as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 5-2. At the moment, the Cardinals are atop the NL Central, while the Cubs are in last place in the NL Central. The San Francisco Giants grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got a road win against Arizona 9-4. As of today, the Diamondbacks sit in last place in the National League West Division, and the Giants are atop the NL West. That'll do it for the recap of opening day. Many other teams will get their new campaigns started today, so enjoy the games and don't forget to join us tomorrow morning for a complete recap.
So, starter will be Justin Verlander. Here you have Ian Kinsler, Jose Ogascas, Miguel Cabrera, JD Martinez, Victor Martinez, Justin Upton. So that's what you guys can see. So let's get started. So so this is actually in the newest feature for MLB 17, ladies and gentlemen, for PS4 on IGN. I believe I've also read a review on this too. So as long as this is loading, I would love to get a few shoutouts. Just a little bit.
MLB Network welcomes you inside Guaranteed Rate Field in
have a
Chicago.
funny broadcaster.
Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back.
A few shoutouts I would love to give out is the Napoleon Cougars.
Joined by
Dan Hope Services Cougars getting first place
that has to be key
as
if
we
this
speak.
Team's going to have success.
Just like any team, pitching is going to be a key.
And also my final
shout
shout-out goes to my reigning, defending, undisputed Neil Queenbell PBA champion of the world.
I think this team is going to be
My future fiance,
on MLB Network,
and that's my lovely Rose, my lovely GF Rose, aka Sailor's Princess, which we will be on Hangouts tonight around 11. We got to hang out a little bit extra tonight. It was a little after 6, and I didn't get back home till a little after 8. So, go LC, go Liberty Center Tigers, go Pittsburgh Steelers, as I always point out. So you get the idea. We get our first game here, Detroit Tigers for the Chicago White Sox.
Address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 Chicago White Sox.
So for the broadcasting of MLB 17, I'm gonna do it today, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays.
Quickly now, we'll look at the two men who are entrusted with the starting pitching assignment here to begin
Remember, for
the
Sundays,
new year.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Actually, Fridays, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
With that,
and
let's
Saturday.
get you a look at the starting 9 for the Tigers. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
You know, Ian Kinsler is a difference maker right now. This is the guy you want at the plate when the game is on the line. He thrives in these situations. It's almost like he goes to bed and says, I can't wait to play because the game is going to come down to me and I'm going to make something happen. He thrives on performing in the big moments.
Number 62 gets the call to pitch here on opening
Jose
day
Quintana,
in
ladies
front
and
of the
gentlemen.
hometown crowd. What do you have for us on MH?
Man, I like this guy. He is a really good pitcher. An ERA just a little over 3 last season. He's usually pretty tough on the opponent. He's going to keep you in the game and give that manager some opportunities late in the game to get a W. I like what this guy brings, and maybe he'll bring it today. Well, let's take a look at the White Sox defense brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking down at first base at the big Cuban, Jose Abreu. You talk about a fuss
If you
over a
recall,
private workout.
remember
He had
the
everybody in baseball wanting to
softball,
sign this guy, and years later, we know why.
as we speak.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. He will lead this one off
They
today.
won 12-6 earlier this week.
Second baseman, number 3.
So this is actually a bigger timing.
Hit on the ground.
Oh, a
to
big
short.
hit.
And a good throw gets him one gone.
Batting second,
You have the bottom scoreboard, guys.
Jose
Here's the
Iglesias.
shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. In past meetings with Jose Quintana, comes in with 6 hits in 23 at-bats. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Things expected to warm up a bit as the
52
afternoon
degrees
goes
as
on,
we
but still
speak.
just 52 degrees here at game time. Here comes the 1-0. Good swing, just got
Foul.
to try and straighten that one out.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it off.
Here's a called strike on the curveball, 1-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Well, the way I see Ed, he gets a lot of respect for his strike zone. There's not a lot of umpires in the league that have the kind of respect he does. He's consistent, he's got a great zone, and he's well respected across the board.
On the ground up the middle.
Oh, well, he's
fields it
out.
cleanly, and a great athletic play to get him. Man, wow.
Batting third. First, Miguel Cabrera.
Striding
He's
in,
our man.
Miguel Cabrera. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on.
Go Tigers with Liberty Center. I have to hand it to the Seal Leaders earlier today, guys. They've done an excellent job. I like Cabrera.
And
All right.
a look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1.
Well, if that's any sign of the type of game he's going to have, he's throwing the ball well. Right there, that's a good fastball. It's late swing, and we're in the first inning. That's a good sign. All things are looking good for him right now.
Takes a
Foul.
good swing, but this will be a foul ball.
Here comes the umpire boy.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at a big breaking
All
ball,
right.
and that's how the inning comes to an end. Down in order go the
And we get our
Tigers.
first look at the
Tigers
home
nothing,
team, Chicago White Sox.
Coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the
Anderson,
show.
Bobby Abreu, Cabrera. Let's just get started here, folks.
A moment here from the south side to take a look at the Pale Hose starting lineup in this one. Harold, what's their focus as they go for their first win?
There's Milkman.
Well, Matt, the first thing I look
Peter
around
Borzis on the
afternoon
bottom.
games to see what kind of
Center field.
shadows might you have to deal with. That's the challenge of the afternoon game, and it looks like they may creep into this ballpark.
And here's
so
Verndi.
We'll wait and
Here's
see
Verlander.
as this game progresses how the shadows are going to affect it.
Number 35 is on the mound for the season opener on the road in this one. Harold, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, I'm really looking forward to watching this guy pitch. He had over 250 strikeouts last year. When you get to that mark, it just tells you a lot about the stuff that you have and the ability to put away hitters. I'm looking for that today, to watch him put away a number of hitters in this game as well. All right, time for the majestic
Ian
defensive
Kinsler,
alignment for the Tigers.
Dustin Upton.
And I'm looking down there at Miguel Cabrera. Can you believe this
the
guy was
Miguel
a shortstop
Cabrera.
when he broke in? Yeah, skinny 20-year-old playing shortstop for the Marlins. He's moved around the diamond now, playing on the corners.
He's one of the
a lot.
greatest
But obviously
batters
the
of
big
all
fella,
time.
He's such a great hitter. He's one of the best hitters in the game.
First look at
That's why
Tim
you want him in the
Anderson.
game. But he doesn't hurt you on the
leading
defensive
off for the
side
White
either.
Sox.
And that'll bring up the shortstop. Tim Anderson. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half for the first. He'll get it into second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
He just tattoos this ball right here. Trying to sneak a fastball in on him? No way. Drives it to deep left center field gap, and that was
By
a
the
nice
White
job
Sox,
to get the barrel around in time to score that baby up.
Now a pickoff play at second, and he's back standing. Here's Melky Cabrera, and the runner's breaking for third. In the dirt here. Oh, and the pitch is low, and it won't be dug out, so he's going to take third on the stolen base. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That was a bit wild.
The 1-0 delivery.
Foul.
Foul over towards the coaching box. A runner in scoring position with none out. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Working for the punch out and the off.
Yeah, he's out.
Swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away.
One of the toughest
There's
pitches
one.
to hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at bat. What happens is gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
So here's the slugging first baseman Jose
That's-
Abreu now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. First trip to the plate for him in
6'3",
this one, and it's a good
255.
RBI spot too.
Jose
Leadoff
Abreu.
man at third with one down. Hit back and a base hit as that'll chase the run home from third, and the White Sox take a 1-0 lead.
Well, Matt, they're getting to him early. First inning run, RBI on that base
Wasn't
hit.
well.
Take it to him because you know once he settles in, he's going to dominate the game.
That's a Jose Abreu.
Into the box now.
Todd Frazier.
Frazier. One in, one out, and one on here in the inning. Now Verlander will turn and go to first. Don't want to forget about him. First offering on its way. And he had to be looking for something else to start the at-bat. It's 0-1. Runner at first here, one man out. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Oh. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. Runners on first with one down. And here's
he's out.
In there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Giovanni Soto.
Soto now. His line
He's a
against
good batter.
Justin Verlander, just a 1 for 9. He
You have
also
to be
has
mad.
one home run. First pitch on its way from Verlander. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. He waits. Now the pitch. And this one's in the dirt. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. Verlander pauses. Here's the 1-1.
Oh.
Had him off.
Okay, I was just looking.
Tried that time, and it's 1-2. Here's a look over to first, but the runner's back easily. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch.
Oh, he could have had
Two balls
that.
and
yeah.
2 strikes now.
After 2 breaking pitches, a pretty good chance right now. You're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
And an
Yeah!
speed pitch
He struck him
swung
out.
and missed, and with that, the side is retired. The sights and sounds
Oh
of
my
a day at the
God.
ballpark.
After one,
Oh my
White Sox, home
More
team, White Sox at
baseball
1.
on MLB Network
Tigers with
right
0.
after this.
This has barely made it to 1 inning so far.
At the plate,
J.D.
J.D.
Martinez.
He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
J.D. Martinez.
Let's see if we can put something better on the board.
And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. And now this at-bat just doesn't want to get off the ground as he'll step out for a second time.
See if we can get something here.
Into the windup and the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike one.
Oh, that would have been a good hit right there. That would have been an awesome hit right there.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Looks at a curveball called for a strike.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. Garcia has a read on it. One away.
All right. Victor Martinez.
Victor Martinez.
Victor Martinez.
Excuse me.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A changeup that just nips the outside of the zone.
Hey, when one of your better pitches is the straight changeup, you can't be afraid to throw it at any count and at any time. And hey, first pitch, if they're going to take it for strike one, they're going to give it to you. Go ahead and throw it.
And a good swing there by the switch hitting Martinez, but he missed it. 0-2.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are two away now.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their
We
swings
get the
down.
returning of the
That appeared to be
slow,
the case
so Mosen.
Here's Justin Upton now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive.
6'2", 205 pounds.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, and that is off the wall in right field. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. They trail this one 1-0.
At least we automatically get one hit out of that. You know, was this not bad? Brett Lowry.
Now, Brett Lowry. He'll be the one to greet Justin Verlander to start the inning.
Brett Lowry.
And he'll step off. First delivery to him on the way. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch.
Foul.
And he'll stay alive here, but just barely as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. And my goodness, that nearly got him as he had to back away from it. It's ball 3.
And
I need to
ball's
aim
not
at the middle,
intentional. That
guys.
was not even a fastball. Relax, relax now, people. I know we get excited when the ball's up and in.
Foul.
Really making him work now as the 7th pitch of the at-bat is also fouled away, so the count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That was the 4th foul ball in this at-bat. He is really making it
Foul.
work.
And another foul ball.
That was the 5th foul ball in this at-bat. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
He
Yeah!
finally wears him
He's
down
out.
here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at-bat.
Well,
He's
this
out.
is what makes this guy so tough to hit, so tough to put the ball in play. He has
Replay
such good
mostly.
quality stuff, and right there, that's just nasty. You can't do anything with that pitch.
There he goes.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yoan Moncada, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
Lifted in the air to straightaway center. And
He's
he will
out.
make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Batting 8th, right fielder, Avisail.
So
Avisail,
here is
yeah.
Avisail Garcia. His line against Justin Verlander. He's got 5 base hits in 19 tries. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. Verlander into his motion. Here's the 0-1. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times.
Yeah.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Down in order go the White Sox. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field on the south side as we get a nice look at the Chicago
Take a look at the
skyline from
glazed
above the shores
skyline,
of
ladies
Lake
and gentlemen.
Michigan. Back now with Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as it'll be Nick Castellanos to start out the inning. Here's the first pitch to him. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
That's pretty good break right there, breaking all the way across the zone. Now, it's a little dangerous. He gets to see that ball a long time. But, man, that's a nasty snapdragon hook right there.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
I guess he's really trying to measure that fastball in his first at-bat, but you really never want to put yourself in 0-2 count if you could do anything about it.
And he goes
I'm gonna
up
make
the
him
ladder
on it.
on him, but he lays off 1-2.
Pretty standard fastball right there, 0-2. Now he's changed the eye level of the batter,
I'm
so
gonna
he can
make
start
this
working
pitcher on
something
it,
in
man.
like an off-speed curveball down in the zone.
I'll make this guy on it.
Now here it comes. A shot
Oh,
to
my
second
God.
base and handled for the first out.
Batting 8th, the catcher, number 34, James
Stepping into the
McCann.
box, James McCann.
No, he's alright. The other can is good. Foul.
Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. Hard hit to first.
No.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Batting 9th, center fielder, number 14, Alex.
So striding forward now, Alex Presley, as he'll get his first
Alex
opportunity in
Presley,
this one.
ladies and gentlemen. Right-handed. Right-handed. Yeah.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Uh,
And this ball's going to
that was a
find the
good one.
seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1.
Come on,
Into
earn
the
it,
windup,
boy.
here comes the 0-1. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
See what happens when you work fast, you stay aggressive, and you come right after guys? Man, you get great results. 2 quick outs, and now he's 0-2 on this hitter.
Ball swung on and hit high down the line in left, but it'll get back in among the crowd, so the count holds at 0-2.
Man, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
This is on the ground over to first. Fielded by Abreu, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Tigers. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Here's Peter Borges standing in. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Peter Borges.
Into the windup and the pitch. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he needs a little discipline here. 0-2. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Upton's under it. Makes the play, 1 away.
The batter number 7.
Ready for another chance? Tim Anderson. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. High fly ball out to straightaway center.
Yeah.
Is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2.
The left fielder number 53.
Milkman.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Melky Cabrera. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Verlander's ready. First pitch on its way.
Foul.
Over toward the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
This is good patience here to work at the 3-1, especially after 2 quick outs to start the inning. Even if you don't end up getting a hit or drawing a walk, at least you're making the guy work a little bit and giving your pitcher a chance to rest a little.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Foul.
Again, he sends it out of play.
I'm gonna strike him out, man.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Line shot to third, and the side is retired.
Nice job.
Nothing doing against Verlander
After
that
3,
time
White
around.
Sox
His
with
club
1.
trails 1-0.
Detroit Tigers with nothing. For those people who are just tuning into the broadcast,
Digging in
subscribe to me.
try it
I'm at
again.
16.
Ian Kinsler.
I need
He'll try to
25
get
by
it going
October
here to begin
17th.
the 4th.
Ian Kinsler.
Let me know in the comments.
The pitch.
Foul.
Squared that one up just a little late. The 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball right over the inside corner. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Hey, 0-2 in the dirt. Listen, this team's a very free-swinging team, so he's just going to go ahead and try to keep bouncing. If they're going to swing at him, he's going to keep throwing him.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
Now a bouncing ball.
Come on, get over there.
Down at third. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
The shortstop, number 1, Jose Iglesias.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jose Iglesias. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I like the fact that they're swinging early in the count, and they're really aggressive right now early in this game. But there will come a time
Good
you
shot.
gotta be patient. If you're swinging the strikes, that's one thing. But make them work a little bit.
And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out.
Miguel Cabrera.
First baseman Miguel
Come on,
Cabrera
come on,
stands
Cabrera.
in. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Even though he let that one go, you know that's the kind of pitch he likes to take a big hack at. Not too many power hitters that don't like a stomach-high fastball, so he's probably not throwing that one again.
Swing and oh my. Hit him with the
Hit, hit, hit.
That one is out of here.
Yeah.
This game is tied.
Miguel Cabrera. Solo home run.
So
Miguel
a solo shot
Cabrera.
off the bat of Miguel Cabrera as the Tigers have made this a 1-1 ball game.
That's why he's a great batter. First home run of the season.
I'm excited
Once
to
it's
check
hit.
the home run numbers that come out on Show Track because that was just one of the most impressive launches we've seen in a good while.
Launch
And
angle.
as the numbers come in, that ball was projected to have carried over 460 feet. An amazing show of strength.
463, guys. Hang time 6.11 seconds. Wow.
Now batting,
Hit speed 111.
Here's J.D. Martinez
Martinez.
as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
That was a good one.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Late that time for a strike.
Now that is power. You want to challenge me? I'm giving him a big swing. That was the big swing right there. I loved it.
And he misses 2-1.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
To right field and absolutely hammered. Forget about making a play on that ball. It's way out of here.
Yeah. Back-to-back
run.
home runs, baby. As we take the lead.
A solo shot here to straightaway right field.
There you go.
And it's given the Tigers a 2-1
Yeah. J.D. Martinez, 412 feet.
You put guys in the middle of your lineup because you need consistent offensive production. Well, these two just went bang, bang, back-to-back homers, so I guess that qualifies.
Yeah, man.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Into the box,
Victor
Victor Martinez. Standing in from the right side as he takes strike 1. First time up, he went down looking. Grounded to third. Frazier is there.
He's out.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired.
But at least we got 2 home runs.
So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Tigers 2 and the White Sox 1. Striding in once again, Jose Abreu. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Jose Abreu.
First pitch on its way from Verlander. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
One and one.
That counts. 1-1.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Slider
Damn.
up that he gets a call on.
He might want that pitch back. Up and away, that's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
Here we go.
1-2. Here it comes. Swing
Yeah.
and miss as he ran the fastball.
He struck him
right
out.
by him for the first out.
Verlander.
Watching a pitcher that just rears back and
Lost his pets
by a
again.
guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Here's Todd Frazier now. As he will take strike
Ooh,
one on the
that's a good
fastball here.
pitch.
No balls and a strike.
Todd
0 for
Frazier.
1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. 4th inning of a 2-1 ball game. Good time to take something off, but it's 2-1 now. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And that misses, so it's a full count. 3-2.
Looked like he tried
Giovanni
to elevate
Soto
a
will be on
fastball
deck
that
if I
2-2
can't
pitch
strike
there,
him.
But kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Oh,
Yeah.
He struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
Certainly not showing any signs of intimidation with these middle of the order guys. That's back-to-back Ks, and the 3 and 4 guys are harmlessly back in the dugout.
Here comes Giovanni
Now to
Soto.
the plate, Giovanni Soto. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better.
Feel.
This one's blooped out toward right center field. Kinsler ranging into the
Yeah.
outfield. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. They're down 2-1. Here's
Justin
Upton now.
Upton.
He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
Justin Upton.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Foul.
And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play.
Man,
Goes
I think
down
he
the
thought
middle,
he's going
yeah.
to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Ready on 1-2. And a good curveball gets him swinging for out number 1.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start. after a rough beginning. It's got some good bite to it. So that tells me he's doing a nice job of snapping it off out front. Really finishing that pitch like you're supposed to.
Nick Castellanos now. As he'll lay off a
That's
curveball
down.
in the dirt
That's
for
way
ball
down.
one. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at bat.
A liner.
1-0 count. Here it is. And a curveball that time that broke
First
too
time?
low.
Well, he's
First
not
time?
proving that he
A
can
line
command his
out.
breaking ball in the zone right now. And until he does, there's no reason to bite on it.
A line out.
Pitch on the way. Too tight.
Oh,
with
is he
that
going to
one.
walk him?
3-0.
Well, he doesn't have any walks yet. He's going to have to come in the zone
Can he
right here
walk
and
him?
really avoid throwing that first walk of the game.
Can he
Fifth
walk
inning,
him?
2-1 our score. Not a good 3-0 swing as he was well behind the fastball there.
I really like what he did right there. 2-0, he wasn't able to hit the spot he was shooting for. 3-0, he made a better pitch, and now he sits 3-1. Let's see what he does here.
Here it is on 3-1. And he chased up and out of the zone, a swing and a miss.
Well, that's a high pitch he's swinging at right there. Even if he makes contact on that, Matt, I think it's a pop-up. He's probably not going to drive that ball. That ball's so high out of the zone.
He's ready. Now the payoff pitch.
Foul.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And here's a
It's
ball
pop
hit
up.
in the air. Soto has a play, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
The catcher, number 34.
I know.
James McCann.
At the plate, James McCann.
I'm gonna say
He's
McCann.
0 for 1 thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Well, Matt, that's 2 quick outs, but if you look at the pitch count, it's way down low. He's being aggressive, and so are they. He's got a chance to get through this one.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground.
Yeah,
first.
base hit. Come on.
Dive, but he can't get it
Base hit.
through into the outfield.
Yeah,
Well,
base hit.
two-out single. Now, you may not think it's much, but he's already given up a couple runs this game, so maybe this is the start of something big.
Alex Presley.
In now, Alex Presley. And this is hit high in the air and crossing into foul ground behind third.
Great idea.
And Frazier will make the catch to retire the side. 1 left for Detroit. They still lead it 2-1. Striding into the box,
And
Brett
leading off
Laurie
for the White Sox.
comes into this at bat 0 for 1
Designated
in the
hitter,
ball game.
Brett Laurie.
And
Damn.
a changeup right down the middle.
He's having a really good game. He's over 70% first pitch strike. When you get that first pitch strike, now it opens up the whole strike zone, and that's why a pitcher can dominate, and he's doing that in this game.
And oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
And sometimes when you're down like they are, you've got to find a way to spark your offense any way you can. Now they've got the leadoff man on base and the starter working from the stretch. We'll see if this ignites them a little bit.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yoan Moncada. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
That's a good one. Good one.
And that misses for ball 1.
He's not pleased.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, you
Let's
clearly
get-
have a
get
guy
a few strikes
scuffling
here.
right now on the mound. Look, he hit the last batter, and then he's falling behind here. As a hitter, you just got to sit there and look for one specific pitch before you swing.
1 run, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox.
Now a throw over to first, and the runner back easily. And again a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on him. Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play. The 2-1 on its way. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Swinging a little blooper to center. Presley ranging forward. He can't get to it. This one's down. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are 2 aboard now.
Well, he got jammed on that one right there, and he's strong enough to muscle it into right field for the base hit. It's going to be a line drive tomorrow in the paper.
So here is Avisail Garcia, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. Now a look and a throw back to second. Runner back standing. First and second here with nobody out. That's inside. 2-0.
This is where you really got to focus with runners on base. You got a 2-0 count. You have a tendency to get a little anxious thinking you can drive somebody in. Stay focused. Get your pitch.
The 2-0 pitch. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a liner. But this is pulled in by the shortstop.
The center fielder, number 44. Peter
So stepping
Borja.
in, Peter Borges, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First delivery to him on the way. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Now Verlander will turn and go to first. And the runner back in standing. Laurie off a second. Now the pitch. Lays off the circle change there. A ball and a strike.
1 run on 3 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox.
Very high. 2-1.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus on making some good pitches.
2-1 pitch. A circle change taken for a called strike 2.
I like how he's mixing up the fastball and the changeup right there. That's how we got the 2-2 count. I think he comes back with a changeup here.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. And not in time as the run scores.
This is another one of those plays, Matt, with defensive alignment. First and second, if he's holding the runner on, then that ball's right to the first baseman. But he's not holding because there's a runner at second base, and it goes down the line, and a run scores.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. He's set. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. Throw over to the bag, and the runner will get back standing. Here's the 1-1 delivery. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Martinez sprinting after it, and it's a foul ball. And 2-2.
Wow, that's a close pitch to take, but when you're a good hitter like this guy, to take that pitch on 0-2, you have to have a pretty good eye.
Runners are at first and third, one away. And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Here's Melky Cabrera. This is pulled into right. Martinez will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. White Sox pick up just the 1. We're through 5 here at the ballpark, and we are tied 2-2. Ready once again, Ian Kinsler. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point.
Ian Kinsler.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
And this one's over for a high strike, 1-1.
1-1 offering on its way to Kinsler.
And boy, just get out of the way of that one. He'll be on base to start the inning. The throw into second. And he is in there.
Oh, this is a great way to start the inning. Now the go-ahead run is on second. A base hit away from coming across. I know it's only the 6th inning, but you'd love to claim the lead right now and let your bullpen carry the load the rest of the way.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's 0-for-2 in the ballgame so far. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And he just misses with a curveball.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
No one out with a runner at second. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here.
Well, you can see here, this has been a steady diet of off-speed pitches, and what has it gotten him? Not a whole lot as he's fallen behind in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And this one is over, and he works the count back to 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And this
ground rule double.
Hop over the wall, but the run will score. So now the White Sox manager will slowly make his way toward the mound. And he's going to make a change, as that'll do it for Jose Quintana. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Zach Putnam takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Number 57, Zach Putnam.
First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that one stayed too low apparently. Here's the 1-1. Called strike two on the cutter, and he's behind in the count now, 1-2. 1-2. Here it comes. And this is swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. One away. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
And some stirring now in the White Sox bullpen as it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing.
Here's J.D. Martinez as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's 1 for 2 in this one. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but a foul ball, 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. Runner at second here with one man out. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Cabrera going back at the track. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So a two-run shot to left center, his second home run of the game, and just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
Everybody has heard of a hitter punishing a curve or a slider that just hangs. Well, this was a cutter. It just hangs right there out over the heart of the plate, and he didn't miss it. Can't leave a pitch like that to a professional hitter. Well, you can, but that's what you get.
Now batting, designated hitter, Victor Martinez.
Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez. No hits to this point. Action in the White Sox bullpen now as they have a left-hander getting loose. Now the pitch. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
I'm no hitting expert, but you can't take a swing that's a whole lot more uglier than that one.
Ready on 0-2. Check swing in the dirt, but he went around. Soto finds it, and a good throw just beats him. Martinez is retired, 2 down now.
Justin Upton.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Justin Upton. A hit in 2 tries so far. First pitch on its way to Upton. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Nope. And that misses, 1-1.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Garcia has a read on it. And the inning is over. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's now 5-2 in favor of Detroit. So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now. He singled in 2 trips.
First baseman, Jose Abreu.
And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
Some action now in the Tigers bullpen as they'll get a left-hander and a right-hander up to throw.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A dangerous changeup left high, but called for a strike. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game.
I think we're starting to see the frustration mount from this offense. It's been a pretty dominant performance on the mound, and these hitters have had no answer for anything he's throwing up there. That will wear on you if it lasts throughout most of the game like it has here.
Into the box now, Todd Frazier. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Now Frazier with a drive. Well hit out to deep left field. And gone. An absolute bomb. A solo home run. It's a solo home run for Todd Frazier. Career homer number 149. And it's a 5-3 game now.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake, and it was a good job by his opponent to make him pay for it.
Now batting.
Here's the catcher Giovanni Soto now. As he'll lay off a slider too low, ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Look out, and that'll give him a close shave.
Wow, fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent. Beware.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Three and 0 now.
Hey, one thing's clear. He's not afraid to pitch inside, right? One pitch ducks him away, then he comes right back with another one. So clearly this pitcher, he's not afraid to work that inner half of the plate.
And he takes a pitch right down the middle. And a great location that time on the corner. 3-2 now.
Matt, I thought he might be in jeopardy of walking the guy here for the first time in this game. Went down 3-0, but he's come all the way back 3-2 now, and I think he'll just make the guy put it in play or put one on the corner. He's going that good.
And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
That's 10 strikeouts for him now, and I'll tell you, he could rack up quite a few more before he's done. Still a lot of game left in this one.
Digging in once again, Brett Lawrie. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Hit on the ground to third. Taken in by Castellanos. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Sox get one right back here on the solo home run. Bottom third of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up to start the 7th. It's the Tigers 5 and the White Sox 3. Back here on the south side of Chicago, we're through the first 6 innings with the Tigers on top, and before we start the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary. Tommy Kahnle is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 48, Tommy Kahnle.
Striding in once again, Nick Castellanos. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7.
Castellanos.
Belt high and right down the middle for a strike.
Matt, that ball's right down the middle. It looked like he wasn't even going to offer at it. Some guys don't mind taking the first pitch, and they even feel comfortable when they're down 0-1.
Ready with the 0-1. And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Didn't look to me like that was much of a protect swing with 2 strikes.
No, he was trying to go yard, 2 strikes or not. Kind of looks bad if you strike out like he did, though. I'm sure his manager would have liked for him to focus on getting on base.
Ready for another shot now, James McCann. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Right over the middle, knee high. 1 out, nobody on. Ball 1.
Count 1-1.
High ties him up with a fastball inside. 1-2.
That fastball right there will humble you. He threw it right by him. So now what do? You spread out, you use your hands, and try to be as quick as you can when you see that ball get released out of his hand.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Takes this the other way to right. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. The relay, and he will beat the throw into second as he slides in safely with a 1-out double.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
Standing in now, Alex Presley, as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The 0-1 pitch. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Clearly staying away from him in this at bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
And a foul pop behind the plate. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Now batting, second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk.
The shortstop, number 1, Jose Iglesias.
Digging in and looking for more, Jose Iglesias. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Trying to keep the deficit right where it is, the pitch. And a fastball just misses for ball 1.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
A swing and a high drive to right center field. Borges racing back to the track, but he can't get there as this hops over the wall for a ground rule double, and a bit of a break on defense as only 1 run is going to score. And Cabrera's not going to get a chance to swing it here if they'll just give him first on the intentional walk.
Now batting, right fielder, J.D. Martinez.
Here's J.D. Martinez. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line. And a ball, 1-0.
Hey, 2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him at 96. It's a ball and a strike.
Well, he had big aspirations behind that swing. Pretty obvious he was trying to put 4 runs on the board in a hurry.
The set and the 1-1 pitch. And he chased up and out of the zone. A swing and a miss. Got him. So the damage winds up not being as bad as it could have been as they'll strand the bases loaded. The side is retired. Tigers strike for a run on this RBI double. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and
Second baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Blaine Hardy gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Blaine Hardy.
Turned on down the line, and a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it. And the leadoff man's aboard.
I know it's getting late in the game, but that is a big leadoff hit. Maybe now they can start to close that gap.
Abisail Garcia.
So here is Avisail Garcia. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. No hits to this point. Now a snap move over to first. Runner's back. He's set. Now the pitch. Started that swing a bit too early. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. On the ground. Now for Iglesias. This could be two. Kinsler for one. On to Cabrera, but it's too late, and they'll just get the one.
The center fielder, number 44, Peter.
Here's Peter Borges standing in. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Here comes the first pitch. And that misses. Ball one. Now a move over to first. Back in standing. Runner at first here. 1 man out. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count. 2-0.
Throw over to first. Just keeping him close. 2-0 count, and the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Just a bit low. Ball 3.
Well, tying run on deck. He should get something really good to hit right here in a 3-1 count. I'd be sitting on a fastball middle in.
And a full count now. 3-2. And there's ball 4 as this one gets away a bit.
Well, he battled to get it to a 3-2 count, but that pitch wasn't even close. Now he's got a man on with 1 out, so he's got to focus on trying to get the ground ball.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. He represents the potential tying run if he can launch one or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it. So he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
He's set, and the pitch. Ball 1. First and second now. 1 man out. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Here's a look over to first, and he's back standing. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And here's a ball hit in the air. And Kinsler will settle under this one for out number 2.
The left fielder, number 53.
Here's Melky Cabrera. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
And prior to the first pitch, you'll look to first. Don't want to forget about it. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there. That cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
Throw over to the bag, and he's back easily. A 1-0 delivery. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. 2 down, runners at first and second. Pickoff move to second, and he'll be back in standing up. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul.
He's right on that breaking ball. That's pretty good timing right there, especially following up after a fastball.
Another one sent foul. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw on to first, and the White Sox come up with nothing as the inning is over. White Sox strand a couple. Can't cut into that 6-3 deficit. Jake Petrichka is out from the bullpen now as he'll get the call here on opening day.
Jake Petrichka.
Digging in to try it again, Victor Martinez. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Looks at a sinker on the outside corner. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. He struck him out. The third time he's fanned in the game.
That's the third time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his guys are ahead.
Here's Justin Upton now as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And 1 count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole. 0-2 now. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt, and he makes the throw to first. Upton is retired, 2 down now.
Third baseman, Nick Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First offering on its way. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
Here comes the 0-1. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. MLB Network is back on the south side after this. So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Jose Abreu.
And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Way out in front.
Well, that looked like a hittable pitch, Matt, in a hittable location, but to a good hitter. You just don't see him miss many pitches like that.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. A swing and a foul ball that'll reach the second level. The 1-2 pitch. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
A shot down the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
And a fastball just a bit up.
Well, this is just one of those grinder at bats right here. He worked the count even to 2-2, and he's made him throw a lot of pitches.
Now here's another pitch fouled off and heading for the seats, and he's just fighting to stay alive here. Still 2-2.
That is the 4th foul ball of this AB right here. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Cue shot here out towards short, and one gone.
Third baseman number 21, Todd Frazier.
Here's Todd Frazier now. It was a solo shot for him in his last at bat. Into the windup and the pitch. And that one right down Main Street.
Look, Matt, they're down 3 in the 8th inning. Take a pitch, get hit by a pitch. You got to get base runners. Manufacture right now is the time because you only got 6 outs to play with.
And this is going to be a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Looking up is Upton. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. A solo shot here to left, giving him an even 150. And they cut the gap here. It's now 6-4.
Well, they were smart not to challenge him with a fastball, but it didn't matter. He's their big dog for a reason. So he waited, stayed back, and absolutely exploded through the zone on that one.
Here's the catcher, Giovanni Soto now.
Giovanni.
The swing and lift the ball fouled off to the left and out of play. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
Hey, every pitcher gives up home runs, some more than others, but the best ones forget about them as soon as the next guy digs into the batter's box. He showed me a lot right there by going after the next hitter and striking him out on only 3 pitches.
Stepping in now, Brett Lawrie. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Slow curveball, 75 on the radar. It's 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Grounded to short. Iglesias is up with it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. White Sox able to draw a bit closer thanks to this home run. 9th inning straight ahead. It's now a 6-4 ball game. Trying to pick things up where we left off. James McCann. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Here's the first pitch to him. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Here comes the 0-1. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
Oh, wow, that's what they call a jam sandwich. Wow, not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball got him looking as that had two-seam action on it. One gone.
Center fielder number 14.
Ready for another chance. Alex Presley. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Looks at a changeup right over the middle. 1 out, nobody on. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes.
Wow, he's cruising right now out there. 4 straight punch outs and working on number 5.
Take something off, but it's 1-2 now.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lined hard toward right center, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
That's a strong hitter right there. Slider in on his hands, and he still is able to muscle it out far enough for a base hit.
Kinsler.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 on its way. And here's a sinker that had a little bit too much dart to it there as it just about came in and nailed him. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
That's the perfect pitch after you've just run it.
2 out with the mirror. Into the box now, Yoan Moncada. He's 2 for 3 thus far.
Second.
Francisco Rodriguez takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Francisco Rodriguez.
It's 0-1. And this is looked at for a ball. It's 1-1 now to the White Sox second baseman. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
We are watching him reach back and just challenge it with the fastball. Now we got a 1-2 count, and that's 3 fastballs in a row.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Goodness, 0-2 now.
Not much to say about that swing other than it should have never happened.
Oh, 2, here it is. Oh, and you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident about the way this one's going to end up as a manager. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts from the closer. There's not a whole lot more he can do to instill confidence that he's going to wrap this thing up without any problem.
In now, Peter Borges. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Here's the 0-1. And that's taken for strike 2, as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon. just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul.
Well, that was a pretty good swing right there. Tough changeup. Back-to-back changeups. He fouls it off.
And a swing and a miss as they definitely had him reaching for that one. And this ball game is over.
And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
Six to 4 the outcome today. Justin Verlander earns his first win of the season as he racked up 10 strikeouts in the effort. Francisco Rodriguez retires the side to hammer down the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for this afternoon. For Harold, Dan, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network.
First for the victorious Tigers. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. For the White Sox, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors.
Welcome to Inside the Show. Baseball is back in April. Let's check out some of the results from yesterday. Starting in the American League Central, the Tigers hit 3 long balls as they beat the White Sox on the south side 6-4. The Royals totaled 13 hits as a team as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 5-4. The Texas Rangers combined for 10 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Indians 4-3. The Pirates had 12 hits as a team as they took down the Red Sox on the road 6-3. The Baltimore Orioles tallied 5 home runs overall as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 7-1. The Halos smacked 15 team hits as they defeated the A's in Oakland 3-2. The Seattle Mariners got 12 hits in this one as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 4-3. Giancarlo Stanton had 3 hits on the day as the Marlins got the best of the Nats 4-1. The Mets picked up, 19 hits in this one as they took down the visiting Braves 11-6. The Reds defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 3-1. The Colorado Rockies knocked out 12 hits as a team as they grabbed an extra innings win over the Brewers 4-3. The Padres got the victory in extra innings against the Dodgers, 3-0. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Starting out west in the American League, the Indians put together 10 hits total as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington, 2-1. In other Rangers news, center fielder Carlos Gomez will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a shin contusion. The Tampa Bay Rays defeated the visiting Yankees 2-1. In other Yankees news, starting pitcher Michael Pineda is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with a strained oblique muscle. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim knocked out 10 hits as a team as they defeated the A's in Oakland 3-0. The Houston Astros allowed only 5 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 5-0. The Milwaukee Brewers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Rockies 6-3. The Chicago Cubs allowed 5 hits in the game as they cruised to the win over the Cardinals 10-1. The San Francisco Giants combined to give up just 5 hits as they got a road win against Arizona 4-2. The Dodgers grabbed a walk-off win in extra innings over the Padres 2-1. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.